I'll explain what I did. We had a cruiser frame, and we just kind of cut it apart for the head tube. I ended up not using the head tube. Then I saw, the center part of the cantilever frame was kind of cool because it was teardrop. So we ended up keeping it, and we made it fit. We made it fit the bike. So I set up the rig about where I want it. It's probably going to be about right there. But we set up the rig. I welded it on. I'm probably going to do a gusset in here, mostly for coolness, not for anything. I don't think it needs it. It's not going to have a lot of force on it. But we're continuing on. We're going to start building this lower frame, and we're going to kind of size it up. I had Cody sit on this box and simulate about how high, or this piece of wood, to simulate about how high it was going to be. Yeah, jump up. We have no plans. We have no plans for this. Just a rough idea of what we want to do. So we're kind of guessing that the handlebars are going to be here. We can make them up higher. We can make them up lower. We can put them wherever we want. But I want to make sure that the crossbar was far enough away where the tires, wheels are going to go, and we have to have batteries, and I think they're going to have to go behind him. So, like I said, we're just kind of freestyling this. I don't have anything locked in, but we're going to continue on. We'll take it. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to get the heights. I'm going to build the back part of it to mount the back part of the frame to mount the rear wheels and the pillow blocks for the axle. So we'll carry on from there. I cut a few pieces. The back half of the frame where the pillow blocks are going to sit. And we're going to get them tacked together. Project it down the workbench, so I'm using the workbench kind of like a jig, just to keep the front end square, because I can't really eyeball it very well. So all this is doing is allowing me to find of the wheel. Right on my welding table, the center mark. And we'll see how much it takes. How close we get. So the tire, right on that mark. I already notched that to the right height of what I wanted. So we're close. I'm going to put a tap in the back of this, and that way, just one small tap, and then it'll stay and it won't want to fall over. And then I'll keep screwing it and make sure it's straight to the back frame. did was I went on Amazon and I purchased 2 pillow blocks. I think these even have Zerk fittings. I think that they were $25, not too expensive. And I also found this axle. This is an unkeyed axle, and this was about $25 as well. All of that was on Amazon. I also found hubs to mount the wheels that I already had, and these are front tire shipper cart wheels from leftover from the cart that we had. These were about $25 on Amazon as well, shipped 2 days later. So we're going to finish assembly. Cody's going to finish assembly on this hub, and we're going to continue on. We also just purchased a seat and the battery, so we're going to try to get that done today. Cody, wants the wheel on? So because these, I went with no keyway axles, because the keyed axle was about $100, and we don't need any keyway. I have 0 drive back here. There's no brakes. The only brakes I have is in the front, and there's no drive on this whatsoever. It's just a tag axle that's sliding around. So I didn't feel like we needed to put a keyway in it. Good. Just like that. Yep. Okay, so we figured out the seat's going to be mounted here, right here. I just added this bar to the back half of the seat. I'm doing my best to keep this frame semi-light and material fast. Transferred the 4 holes to match our pattern for the bottom of the tractor seat. This seat had a whole bunch of different configurations of holes we could have used as well. It was kind of cool. I got to use the ones that we needed. I'm going to have 1-inch spacers sit in here. I'm going to make those or find them just to set the seat up a little bit so it's not on the ground. That'll give me a little room for the electrical to run under as well. Alright, we have some spacers. I'm going to cut them down to 1 inch. They're a 1-inch piece of quarter wall tubing that I just snipped off. I'm going to use as spacers to elevate that seat a little bit so we get the electrical. So I left it up a little bit so you guys can see, or so we can get wires under it, and it's just kind of set up there about 1 inch. We're going to have 4 batteries, that fit in here. We're going to wire them up to where they're 48 volts. And I got pretty much 20 amp jet ski batteries. So I'm going to build a box. I left this a little long just so we can put a box and put all the batteries in the back here and the speed control unit here. So we're going to measure up this box. We're going to measure up the batteries and see how big we made this box. I kind of figured it out ahead of time to make sure that we had enough room here, not too much and not enough. So we're going to go back over to the bench and see what we can come up with. Here's our 4 batteries. They are 12 volt, 20 amp batteries. We're going to wire them all up so they're 48 volts. I've been told that the speed controller can hold up to 52 or 62, whatever one more battery is. Can hold up to one more battery. This is for the kids, so we don't need to go crazy with it. Unless we need to go add a little bit more. We'll see when we get it all up operating. But this is how the configuration is going to set in the back of the bike. I've got enough room to just squeak the speed control unit in there. So right now we're going to work in a box that'll hold this. We'll fab it up. We're going to start that right now. We can mount that in the back, run all our electrics to it, and let's get it going. What I couldn't bend on this box, we're just welding the edges. So I made 2 end caps and then I folded the rest over. It's important when you're welding, sheet metal especially, it wants to warp and pull and go crazy. So you're going to want to put a tack every couple inches at best. It's probably the best way to keep it together, especially if you're welding a full pattern around it. So that's what I've done, and I'm just continuing to weld this box up. Heat control when you're dealing with thin wall stuff. So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but when I'm saying I've been using scrap, what I have in the shop, this is a piece of stainless left over from a job. That's a piece of steel left over from a job. It's kind of really whatever I have is what I've been using on this. There's no need to go out and buy crazy stuff if you got it. We're probably going to paint this anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's stainless or not. Stainless and regular steel can be welded together without an issue. So run what you brung, use what you got. Okay, now I'm going to take my angle grinder with a sanding disc, and I'm just going to clean up the edges, and we'll see what we get. A little tip. I've got metal on a metal bench. This thing's kind of big. I can't really clamp it into the vise without doing damage to the material itself. So what I've done is the same trick you use in the kitchen when you don't want your cutting board to slip. Is I have a towel underneath it, and it just gives it a little bit of friction so it doesn't want to slide across, and it'll help me grind this without having to hold it. And I can keep both hands on the grinding disc. Okay, got the box done. Didn't come out too bad, it's pretty square. All the batteries are going to go in this. This is going to fit right back here. And I'm also going to, I got a couple of holes here that I'm going to fill in with a little piece of flat stock. Just so you can't see down there when we painted it, all looks like it went away. But this just cleared the seat, and I was kind of worried about it, but thought it was going to be close, didn't worry too much, and it got really close. Anyways, battery's going to fit in here. I'm going to not weld this box on the outside so it'll look nice and clean. I'm gonna end up tacking it on the bottom and welding it all along the bottom. So I might put a couple tacks in the corners. But I always think, as a fabricator, I think of what can I do, how the weld's going to look before I do it. That'll tell me how long I should cut things and how I can hide the welds better and make it look more professional. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to see big welds along the outside. I'm gonna tuck it and weld it underneath. There's no reason I need to weld it on the outside. If I can hide it, I'll hide it. Some people use magnets. Some people say you can't use magnets because of the electricity. The reality is, if you weld up close to a magnet, it wants to suck in the metal to the magnet. So you just need to stay about an inch away. I've heard a lot of people talk a bunch of different things. These are a great way to hold something on that's all steel. Obviously, it doesn't work for stainless or metals like that, but it works great for this. Electrical box mounted. Just using these for weight, trying to hold that box flat, but it wasn't enough, so I grabbed the clamp. Okay, I got it back on my table. It's easier to work on it here because I can get all the way around it. One thing that I didn't show is the handlebars that I made. It was just a piece of 1-inch tubing that I had. I stuck in the lathe and turned the handles down to 7/8. So my reused gooseneck was 1 inch. The bar ends where the controls go are 7/8. So all I did was, before I bent it, I chucked it up in the lathe, marked out how far the controls were going to come in, turned it down in the lathe to 7/8, and then went back. If you're doing this yourself, I could have welded this onto the bar. We could have done a lot of other things. This is just how I did it. I had the lathe, I had the stuff, so I used it. Now we're getting into the controls. These are electric cutouts. The hub motor came with all the electrics that you're going to see. One thing that I was kind of surprised, it came with brakes. And what it does is it replaces, if you were using this as a bike, it replaces your old brakes and it leaves you a wire. This wire is for the motor cutout. So you can't get it gas and brake at the same time. It'll just stop it and go into a freewheel. So that's going to have to be run back. The throttle, this has got speed control and on-off built into it. This has got to go back to the box. I'm going to now figure out how to wire up the brake cable, that it's actually the cable-driven cable, and that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, for the front brake, the disc brake, it's going to be mechanical, and I've just got a regular pull cable for that. We're going to latch it in, slide that in the housing. Now I was looking to attach it here, because these move together. I drilled a hole in the back of the triple clamp right here, and I'm just going to use it as a hold down so it doesn't hit the tire. See if I get the tape off of this thing. Taped it when I cut the end off so it didn't break. It almost doesn't even need a hold down by the time I get this thing where it needs to be. Look at that. That worked out good. So this will basically go up here. This is the catch. We'll trim the excess off, and we should have brakes here in a second. Okay, we finished the brake system. It's got right in the center of all the adjustments. I'm just going to trim this off right with this little piece of tape, and then we'll tuck it in. It doesn't cut anybody. And we got brakes checked off. Okay. There's our compartment with our batteries and our ESC. It's all in there. I know you guys are saying, hey, what are you going to do for a top? I'm going to do something cool. And I'm not 100% sure what, but it'll be cool. Either way we do it. So I'm obviously going to have a hole over in this area for the electricals to go through and the clips and everything. So I'm going to work on that, getting a hole through there, and we'll figure out how the wiring's going. But I don't see a reason why. I got a few battery cables to make. Right, so we're gonna wire this in series. So we're gonna go negative to positive, negative to positive. That'll turn these two. If I wire negative to positive on these two, that'll bring that up to 24 volts. If I do the same thing, negative to positive, that'll bring these up to 24 volts. And then if I go negative to positive and I pull off this positive and negative, that'll give me 48 volts. 13 volts charged 100% will probably give me 50 to 52 volts realistically on a full charge, but that's just the way batteries work as a charge and draw. On average, just a 12 volt battery. So we're gonna get a little bit of stuff going here, and I'm gonna try to get the electricals. I don't see why we can't make that front wheel go round here soon. Okay, so because I have to tie these two together, it's going to be a really short cable, so I decided to, like I said, leftover piece of stainless that I've had, I'm going to drill 2 holes in this, and these are just going to be 2 bars that connect this. Then all I'll have is one cable to go across there. Just thought it would be an easier way to do it, simpler and better. I'm almost done wiring the battery. I just want to make sure. Sometimes I watch videos and I get irritated at the people that don't explain what they've done. Let me see if I can zoom in close enough and still see there. We basically have 4 batteries. I know I touched upon this once, but now it's kind of together. So we've got 4 12-volt batteries. They're 20 amp each. We need this ESC, the engine speed control, runs off 48 volts. So what that means is the reason I have 4 batteries is because I got 12 times 4 gets 48. We've got, think of this as 2 batteries, this battery and this battery put together. So that's kind of what I've started with. So I put these 2 12-volt batteries together by the negative and the positive, which gives this on the outside 24 volts. I've done the same thing to this battery, put those together. Now, if we take these two connected batteries and put them together by the negative and the positive, this outside pole and this negative and this positive will make 48 volts. And I haven't checked it yet, so bear with me. I'll make sure that I'm not lying to anybody. So negative to corner positive should be at 50 probably. 51.4. Okay, so we've done everything right. This will take up to 63 volts or 62 volts, something like that. So in that range. So we're right there. We've multiplied times 4, 12 volts, 12 volt battery times 4 by putting 4 of them, running them in series, and that gives us 51.4 volts. So we're heading to the right direction. was about as easy as it gets for electronics. The instructions on this thing was pretty good. I had no problem. Power on off, grip throttle. Time to put the seat on and do a test run. Alright, I'm going to make a lid now for the top of that electrical box. And I've cut it out about 3/4 of an inch bigger all the way around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the edges all over, weld the seam so it makes kind of a lid for it. And then I'm going to take the center and cut it out and put this perforated steel on the back side to let all the heat come out of that. So we're going to layer out right now. Alright, I got the lid cut out. I folded it over. Now what I want to do is I'm going to measure 1 inch around this whole thing, and then I'm going to cut the center out. Then I'm going to cut this inch out 1/4 of an inch bigger all the way around, and I'm going to put a V-lock lip in it, and we'll pop it out. And I'll you guys show you what I'm doing. Okay, this is what it looks like. Perforated, now it's all flat on the top. We bead rolled it up, compensate the metal so there's no seams up there. It kind of looks cool. But that's it. Now we have full breathing abilities. For the batteries and the ESC.